Welcome to this edition of Martini Chats
with Jordan and Gates.
Today we wanted to tackle a topic as lots of folks are going back to school and it's the beginning of a school year. So that means there's lots of drivers out there and lots of people going to college and might be asking questions about when you're not in the household. So we're going to tackle teenage drivers and when you should add them to the auto policy, as well as when kids are officially
kids are and are not in your household, and when you can take them out, because we all know that everybody wants to do that as soon as possible.
Absolutely. So first and foremost, for those teenagers, buckle up. When you have a kid that gets their permit, that is when you really need to inform your insurance agent to make sure that we're making the right decisions, because different carriers have different appetites on when to add them to the auto policy. Some add them when they're fully licensed, and some like to know about it when they're permitted because they may add them to the umbrella policy. But needless to say, always make sure we're notified when they get driving and they get that permit.
Yep, and let us know about the permit, and then also if once they get fully licensed, that's when you need to let your insurance agent. Because just because we know they have a permit doesn't mean that they get the full license, and sometimes that makes a difference.
Good point. Yes.
Yeah.
And always make sure they get good grades and take driver's ed, because that helps reduce that premium.
Yes. Yeah, those premiums can get astronomical. So a lot of times we have clients say, like, okay, well, can I just take my kid out of the household now? They're 18 years old. Can we put them on their own? And it's actually a little more complicated than when you want to do that. People are very familiar with health insurance. You can keep them on your health insurance until they're 26, but it's not as cut and dry with auto insurance or your homeowner's policy. So with auto insurance, you need to think about a couple different things. One, affordability. There is kind of an age, it's around 26 to 30 really is when the premium starts to go back down towards like normal adult driving rates. So there's maybe some benchmarking to do around those ages. Sometimes we do it younger, like if your kid has a lot of activity and that's driving your premium and you need like much higher liability limits, then we might say, okay, let's try to take them out sooner. But you need to think about, like, okay, are you still filing them under your taxes? Are they a dependent? Are they living in your house? And if not, do they have a permanent residence elsewhere? Not like, okay, they're living in the apartment in Oxford for 1 year, but they're going to move somewhere else next year. That's kind of more of a temporary situation. You need to think about who is the car titled to, because if you are going to take them out, you need to make sure that that title changes over to just them and not you, because otherwise you're opening yourself up to their liability if that car is still titled to you and it makes a mess from an insurance standpoint. Those are kind of the main considerations to think about, but it's really a conversation. So talk to your insurance agent, ask those questions, do that benchmarking, see when it makes sense, and be smart about it.
Absolutely. And till next time.
Till next time.
Cheers.